Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about whether or not AI will end Instagram for photographers or how it might change it. My answer is kind of or maybe. I wanted to make this video because I don't think there have been a lot of other videos about this topic, and I think a lot of photographers are kind of brushing it to the side and saying that AI has been around for a long time, and so this is not really going to be anything new or different. So first off, yes, this is not new. The problem of being able to tell if a photo was faked in Photoshop or something like that is not a new problem. So what is the difference now? Previously, the problem of navigating through fake images on social media, I think, involved professionals or people that had some expertise in Photoshop to actually make fake images that could be difficult to distinguish from real. The second point is just how fast or how long it took them to actually make these images. In my experience in the photography space, I used to be able to pretty much stay in a certain community that didn't have a lot of extremely photoshopped and just flat out fake images. They were more so pockets of communities that were being creative and imaginative, and they made it very known that these images were not real. But now, with the ease of which you can create these images and the speed that you can create them, I feel like these boundaries are breaking down quickly. Just going through my discovery feed, I've seen images that are even looking like film images. I click on it and I'm like, wow, that's a really great image. You look at the comments and everyone says great photo, etc., etc. And then amongst all of the hashtags, I see made with AI. One of these accounts in particular had a very large following, and they were actually creating a photo book of a series of AI generated images. I'm not talking about generative fill, which is a slightly different topic. I'm talking about you type in a prompt and it generates an entirely new image. One program that does this is Midjourney. Meta's built-in AI in the Instagram chat will actually generate images now. So what I'm talking about is a photo book with no actual photos. This is more so an art book or an illustration book. The wild thing is that when this photo book was announced, there are people in the comments section saying, great photos, where can I buy? And none of the actual photos are photos. So there's a question, does it matter? All of that to say, I do believe that this is a different event we're seeing happening here. Because of the ease and frequency of which these photos are being generated, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a 100-to-1 ratio of AI generated to real photos on Instagram in the not too far away future. If you believe that's already the case, then increase that number, but then also make it more difficult to distinguish between the real and fake images. This brings me to the question of, why do we photographers use Instagram to begin with? My photography account's also my personal account, so one reason is just to follow friends and family and for them to follow me. Number two, I use my Instagram as my portfolio. It's where I post work. It's where I kind of try to track my work and its development over time. The next reason may not be shared by all photographers. The next reason is I get a sense of shared camaraderie with other photographers. Honestly, it's a lot of work to get up really early, go out and take photos, driving for sunrise or sunset photos. And as much as I love the process, it's awesome to see that other people are out there doing similar things. And when you see someone take an amazing photo in a remote location, you can kind of imagine and respect the work that they went through to get that photo. Did they drive to the location and camp all night in their car? Did they sleep in a tent at the top of a mountain or at a base camp and hike to the top? What I'm getting at is there's this backstory or this imagined context behind these photos that at least I imagine photographers go through and sometimes will ask what it took to get that photo. But now I'm seeing photos of a desert shoot with a red Corvette and some cacti, and it looks amazing. And then I find out that it's completely AI generated, and it's kind of hidden that it's AI to begin with. And it does seem like something is lost there. So I'm very familiar with AI technology, and I want to show you how easy it is to actually create some of these images. And let's see if you can tell a difference. All right, everyone. I'm now in Discord and I'm using a Midjourney bot. I'll show you how easy it is to generate some very realistic looking images. So we're going to specify 35mm film, Portra 400, a picnic in the desert with cactus, and a red vintage Corvette with an aspect ratio of 4:5. Waiting to start. Okay, and it's done. We've got 4 images here. Let's upscale one. Not too bad. All right, let's do the second. I don't want to completely leave out all of the positives of technology like this. I do want to say that one positive thing is that this lowers the barrier to entry for creating works of imagination. Maybe you don't like photography, that's just not your medium. And maybe you're not interested in drawing. And I do see this type of tool as a new tool to create new things. Maybe you have an idea for a vintage Corvette in a desert surrounded by cacti, right? And maybe you can't afford to rent or buy a vintage Corvette. This tool allows you to bring that idea to life. Maybe you do have the financial means to rent or buy a vintage Corvette and put it in the desert, and you want to kind of build out a shoot prior to actually doing it. You could now use a tool like this to generate ideas. So I'm at the end of this video and I want to ask what your thoughts are. How do you believe that AI will change the social media landscape or ecosystem? If you're a photographer, how do you believe it will change how you interact on that platform? What is your relationship to seeing photos on Instagram? Do they normally inspire you? Do you believe that learning that a photo is generated 100% from AI will change whether it inspires you or not? How will your creativity be influenced? Will this open a new door to ideas that we previously didn't think of? New perspectives? Because one thing is, you don't have to even create all of your own prompts for the images. You can have a tool like ChatGPT generate 100 prompts, some of which you may not have even thought about. Are these new perspectives? If it gives you an idea for a photograph in a scene that has never been taken before, is that a new perspective? And would that provide value to you? Well, that's it for this video. I hope you drop your comments below and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and are looking to see more content. Thanks for watching.